that than to listen to the speech. And the second is that Mr. Wilson from Hydrogenic tomorrow in the morning time gave a report about German situation with hydrogen that I cannot top. So let me try. What's Schleswig Holstein? Schleswig Holstein is one of the German states. Germany has 16 states. More famous is Bavaria or the city of Berlin or so. And Schleswig Holstein is very in the north, a nice place. Northern from Hamburg, south from Denmark. We have a Danish minority party. And we are in coalition from the Green Party, which I have funded in the 17th year, also 78. When I was a young student, I funded this party. And we rule in Schleswig-Holstein in a coalition with the Social Democratic Party. So, in the 19th or end of the 18th, Schleswig-Holstein's energy situation was a picture of 3 big nuclear plants and coal-fired plants. And then we started with some windmills. The big utility, they wanted to have a better image, and they started with wind energy at the coastline of Schleswig-Holstein. And so the first was a feed-in law with 7 articles. Now the Renewable Energy Sources Act has, I think, 19 articles. That is law giving over long periods. And then some farmers started. The first windmill was the grandma said, "You cannot get this farm from me. You must buy a windmill that I have seen in Denmark." So, and then that was the first mill in Schleswig-Holstein. Now the situation is that we have 2 of the nuclear power plants are finished with them. They had technical problems, and they were the first who was by the new law finished. We had on the national level 19. 2 were given up. So from the 17 nuclear power plants in Germany, 8 were finished by the law after Fukushima accident, and 2 of them in Schleswig-Holstein. So we have left 1, and the windmill we cover 60%. First, I must say Schleswig-Holstein is an export land for energy. We export with these 3 nuclear power plants. We export 3 times more than we have as consumption in Schleswig-Holstein. And today the situation is that we cover 60% of the consumption in Schleswig-Holstein by wind energy. And we have 400 biogas plants, and we have lots of PV free field and on roofs. And so on the national level we have a quarter of the produced electricity is covered by renewables. And we have now, with the new government, said we don't want to have 1% of the area of Schleswig-Holstein, but 1.5% for windmills. Windmill don't use very much area. It's just a half hectare. It's 2 acres. Yeah. Okay. and so it's very effective in land use. That's, for example, brown coal, 200,000 people had to leave their villages and houses by brown coal in Germany since the war. Yeah, we have coal-fired plants in the cities, but they are in combined heat power production, so that the city of Flensburg is nearly to 100% heated by the heat of these plants. And they phase out coal by waste rests, or waste for burning it. And so we hope that we can, in a short time, 10 years or something like that, make 100%. We have now 3 gigawatt installed capacity wind, and we hope that we can reach in the next 2 periods 9 gigawatt with a better technique, of course. So that we expect to export 4 times more than we have the consumption, compared with the consumption in the land. And that is 100% renewable export. And of course, the situation totally different to the Canadian situation. Or for example, Norway has 100% hydro. It's a totally other market. And so the problems which were discussed here on, look at the policy making, you must stop some, especially me. Yeah, you say the last 5 minutes. So storage and what to do with this by you are not, when the wind does not blow, when the sun doesn't shine. What do you do with sources which are coming from God, and you don't know when you can expect it. Yeah. So I think the level of capacity, the total level, must be a little bit higher, or a third higher than the electricity demand. Yeah? So that you can, your hydrogen production is the butler of the main market, electricity. Yeah? And storage, when you move to a 100% renewable system, the first reflex is we need storage. And I tell everybody it's the third answer. And the first is economic. Demand side management is very low. It's very funny that worldwide the demand, the consumption of wind energy, of electricity goes up and down. We have a seasonal load line, we have a daily load line. For example, high demand in the winter time during the week at 11 in the morning. Industry, housewives are watching, and cooks, the kitchen and so on. You have the peak load, and on the other hand, in Schleswig Holstein, in a warm summer night at 3 o'clock in the morning, nothing is to deliver with electricity. Yeah, and this is the consumption curve, and the line, and the cost line the customer sees is this. You pay every time the same price for a product which, before it comes into your house, the market is totally different. And of course the price in a competitive market economy has the function to give a signal of the marginal costs. And that is the first what we have to realize. How should your hydrogen production know that I have now to produce hydrogen? Yeah? Or a car. Why? How does a car know that I have to load up my accumulators, my batteries? Yeah? And the secret why we don't have this systems, this economic systems, everybody says yes, like this lovely audience does. Yeah? Everybody says the man has right. And why don't we have such systems? The utilities want to tell the car, load now, and do not load, yeah, or produce hydrogen. It's the political power of the utilities hinders good policy. We need a good price policy in the future. And for example, a car, yeah, has to be loaded, and one has to go to the stop 7:30. Then it starts. The project must then with 5 people. I cannot come too late. The other plans to go shopping. 10 o'clock, maybe 11:30. I can load other times than this. It's the same car. Yeah. How will the utility know which car is loaded? So a free market says I give a price signal over the grid with the transported kilowatt hour. It costs sometimes others than other times. That is a special topic, one whole evening. We can talk about this. Yeah, and good framework of the state means that we have to put the grid, which is in monopoly by nature, into the public hand. And this with the demand side management, this price signal should be sent in the same time, not only to the consumer, to the customer, but to the producer. Yeah. If you will become a power producer, an independent power producer, you buy a generator and a diesel machine and put it into your cellar in your house. Yeah. And you go to buy gasoline, put it into the machine, and then it's running. And you sell the kilowatt hours. Then you stop this process at once if you have the need to bind a cent to each sold kilowatt hour. Yeah, when the price is not able to pay your gasoline. So the variable costs is that what a plant is the decision I produce or I produce not. And you said in your speech the renewables on top of atomic and coal, the green fraction on the top. The economy says God sends no cost for wind, for sun. The variable costs for renewables are 0 or nearly 0. So the decision who is producing in the future market with such a price system is every time the renewable first, and combined power producing second. Of course, here is more flexible than ground load atomic power plant. Okay, that was a little sidestep, and the second is then that it's very clear that storage follows the price. And the price says that we don't want to address with this price, we want to address the whole market, not especially a hydrogenic machine to make hydrogen. Maybe one is very urgent with cooking, yeah? Or another has to take his harvest and to cool it in his cool house. So a free market maybe produces other things to do or not to do. Yeah, a pump, for example, which is running 4 hours a day. What is with the other 20 hours he can sleep? And it's the same, which whether I for the grid for the 50 hertz, whether I call for another plant to produce, or I tell the consumer not to consume, to end his consumption. So, and we don't know what is the result of such a price signal, and that comes first, and then we will see what is with our hydrogen. And I expect that we have lots of hydrogen in the future market when we have such solutions. So, marginal costs, yeah. That was what I wanted to read about this policy, and I can report about Schleswig Holstein that we have installed with the Secretary of Economy, a group which makes research and solution with wireless trail traffic, and that are from universities of several universities and companies. We have in Schleswig-Holstein Foslo and Voigt, who are rail engines, and so and we have in chemical industry, they have a high demand on hydrogen. They produce it from natural gas today, actually, on a level of 3 gigawatt installed capacity. So that's a high amount of hydrogen. And we have, for example, my friend Bernd Bartels from the company BEWA. He wants to make a big cavern in a salt mountain in the ground of Schleswig-Holstein to store hydrogen there. And we have that, what you have shown in your slide, Darren, the submarines, they are produced in Kiel, and they are running by a fuel cell. So that all, I come to my end. Nobody comes to an end to tell this. So, but the last what I message to you is that Schleswig-Holstein is for hydrogen discussions and very interesting. And so I have to overbring the greetings and warm regards from the President of the Parliament of Schleswig-Holstein, Mr. Klaus Schlie, and of the Mayor of the town of the city of Neumünster, Mr. Tauras, and want to give an invitation for the 9th World Hydrail Conference to come to Schleswig-Holstein. Thank you very much. And my friend, the Minister for Environmental and Energiewende, we chose to translate it yesterday evening, changing the energy system. That is Energiewende or Traffic Wende, So Wende is like kindergarten should be an English word in future. The Minister for Energiewende, Environment, Agriculture and Nature Protection, Dr. Robert Habeck, will be the patronite for this conference in the next year. Thank you very much.